Hello students, today we'll take up some very important results which will come in very handy for you while solving problems on 3D geometry. The first category of questions could be that you would be asked to find the lengths of the medians of a triangle when the three vertices are given to you. In that case, what we do is we make use of two results. One is that the definition of the median says that it is the line joining one of the vertices to the midpoint of the opposite side. So for that, in order to get the coordinates of the end D of the median AD, what we do is we make use of the midpoint formula. Since we know both the vertices B and C, using midpoint formula we can easily find the coordinates of the midpoint D. Now after getting that, the length of AD can be easily found out using the distance formula along with knowing the coordinates of the vertex A, we also know the coordinates of the point D. Similarly, we can find the midpoints of the side AB as well as the side AC. And after doing that, we can easily find the length of the other two medians CF and BE using the distance formula. So this is how we find the length of the three medians if we are given the three vertices of a triangle. Now another kind of question could be that you will be asked to find the centroid of a triangle if you are given the three vertices. Now, as you all are already aware, centroid of a triangle is the point of intersection of the three medians of the triangle. And also we know that in a two-dimensional plane, we have already done that the coordinates of the centroid can be found out by taking the mean of the x coordinates of the three vertices and the mean of the y coordinates of the three vertices. So we will simply extend this to 3D, as the z coordinate of the centroid would be the mean of the three z coordinates, and so the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle can be easily found out by x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3, and z1 plus z2 plus z3 over 3, and the related problems can be solved. Now we come to the next kind of questions which are something to do with the parallelogram. Now suppose we are given four points, the coordinates of 4 points, and we are required to prove that they are vertices of a parallelogram. Now we are already aware that for 4 points to be vertices of a parallelogram, what are we required to prove? Like, we know that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if both the pairs of opposite sides are equal in length. Okay, so we simply find the length of all four sides AB, BC, CD and DA using the distance formula, as we already know the coordinates of all the four vertices. Once we are done with the distances, then we simply show that both the pairs of opposite sides are equal. That is, AD is equal to BC and AB is equal to CD. And once we show this, we are done that A, B, C and D form a parallelogram, vertices of a parallelogram. Okay, now sometimes instead of giving the four vertices, we are given only three vertices, and we are also told that they are vertices of a parallelogram, and using that thing we have to find the fourth vertex, or the coordinates of the fourth vertex. So in such a case, we make use of another property of a parallelogram, that the two diagonals of a parallelogram always bisect each other. So using this property, what we do is, now suppose A, B, C are the vertices which are given to us, and D is the one which is to be found out. So using AC, we can find the midpoint of AC, which is the diagonal AC, using the midpoint formula. Now that midpoint will also be the, that point E will also be the midpoint of the diagonal BD. So again, now we know the midpoint and one of the vertices, we can easily find the other vertex using the midpoint formula. So this is another category of questions which can be asked. Now, sometimes we are given 4 points and we are required to check whether they are vertices of a parallelogram and whether or not that parallelogram is a rectangle. So for that, what we do is, we know that a rectangle is a special case of parallelogram where the diagonals are equal in length. So in order to prove that that the vertices are or the 4 given points are the vertices of a rectangle, along with showing that both the pairs of opposite sides are equal, we have to also show that both the diagonals are equal, and in that case we will be able to conclude that they form a rectangle. In case both the pairs of opposite sides are equal but the diagonals are not equal, we will conclude that they form a parallelogram but not a rectangle. Same way, the question can be asked that whether that rectangle is a square also or not. And we know that square is a special case of a rectangle in which instead of both the pairs of opposite sides to be equal, we have all 4 sides are equal. So in order to prove that the 4 given points are vertices of a square, what we will do is, we will find the lengths of all 4 sides. We will show all 4 sides are equal, and along with that we will also show that both the diagonals are equal. And in that case, if both the conditions are satisfied, we will say that the 4 given points form the vertices of a square. Now another category of questions which can be asked, and this is extremely important, something very very important, that you may be asked to find the distance of a point from a plane. Now we know that that if you are given any point P, X, Y, Z in 3D or in space, then the X coordinate is nothing but the intercept. Now if you drop perpendiculars from the point P to all these 3 mutually perpendicular directions, that is X axis, Y axis and Z axis, and then the intercept cut off along the X axis is called the X coordinate, the intercept cut off along the Y axis is the Y coordinate, and the intercept cut off along the Z axis is the Z coordinate. Now suppose I want to find the distance of the point P from the plane XY or from the XY plane. So obviously, if you are talking about distance of a point from a plane, it has to be the perpendicular distance, and we know that Z axis is a direction perpendicular to the XY plane. So the distance, in order to find the distance of P from the XY plane, we have to measure its distance parallel to the direction of the Z axis. Okay, and so what we do is, simply we know, just you have to remember that the Z coordinate is the result, that is Z coordinate is the perpendicular distance of PXYZ from the XY plane. The Y coordinate gives us the perpendicular on the same line. Y coordinate gives us the perpendicular distance of P from the ZX plane here, and the X coordinate gives us the perpendicular distance of P from the YZ plane. That is, if you drop a perpendicular from this point, see this point is in space, though it appears here that we are drawing it in the YZ plane, actually it is in space. When you drop a perpendicular from P onto the YZ plane, it will be along the direction perpendicular to the YZ plane, which is the X direction, and so the X coordinate gives you the perpendicular distance of P from the YZ plane. Okay, now another way of doing this is simply, as an extension of 2D. Now we know that if you have a line which is parallel to the y-axis, okay, then what happens along this line? What do we see? Only the y coordinate changes, the x coordinate remains the same throughout. And so if you have to find the distance between 2 points lying on this line, we have only to find out the difference between the two y coordinates. The x coordinate in any case is the same, using the distance formula, square root of y2 minus y1 whole square plus x minus x whole square, which gives you simply y2 minus y1 is the distance of two given points which lie on a line parallel to the y-axis. In case this point, the second point, lies on the x-axis, so the y-coordinate is 0. So the distance of this point from the x-axis would be y2 minus the y-coordinate here. This is x comma 0. So y2 minus 0, which is only y2. So the y-coordinate of this point P gives us the distance of this point from the x-axis. Same way we just have, suppose you have a point Pxyz, you draw a plane parallel to the xy plane. Now the distance of any point on this plane from the xy plane would be parallel to the z-axis. And so now if you just consider this line is parallel to the z-axis, the distance between any 2 points on this line would be the difference between, since the x and y coordinates remain the same, and it is z1, suppose some point here on the xy plane. Now here, then the any point difference between any 2 points along this line would be the difference of the z coordinates. In particular, since if it lies on the xy plane, we know the z coordinate is 0. So the distance of this point from the xy plane will be what? The x coordinate is same, y coordinate is same, it's only the difference of the z coordinates. Similarly, if we want to find, and that will be z minus 0, which is only z. Similarly, if we want to find the distance of P from the zx plane, so any point on the zx plane will be of the kind x comma 0 comma z, and along this line the z and x coordinates remain the same, and only the change happens in the y coordinate. So difference in the y coordinates is the distance, and that will be the y minus 0, which is the y coordinate. Similarly, if you have to drop a perpendicular from P onto the yz plane, it will be the difference of only the x coordinates, and hence we conclude x coordinate of the point gives us the distance of P from the yz plane, y coordinates gives us the distance from the zx plane, and z coordinate gives us a distance from the xy plane. Now another point to be noted here is that sometimes the coordinates may be positive, sometimes they may be negative. Then care should be taken that we just take the magnitude of the point and not the sign, because distance can never be negative. So for example, if the point is 1 comma minus 2 comma 3, the x coordinate gives us distance from the yz plane. So distance from the yz plane is 1 unit. Distance from the zx plane is given by the y coordinate, but y coordinate is negative. So distance would be taken as only 2 units, not minus 2 units. Same way, the z coordinate gives us the distance from the xy plane, and so the distance of P from the xy plane is 3 units. So this I hope that all these small tips will help you a great deal in solving the questions on 3D easily and correctly. Thank you.